today. Howdy folks, second in the day. A mere 2 hours after being absolutely thrashed by Patnick, I get to play jimmyhb, he's USSR, which is best side. So, as USA, I've not got a shabby opening hand. I've got defectors, I've got a ton of ops, I've got some 3-op cards I can discard, and I can defect the turn 1 headline, although that will of course lead me to be potentially purged in a future round, but, you know, gotta play the hand you have. So 4-4-2 opening, and headline defectors. So let's tick these off. So I've got Warsaw, De Gaulle, and Suez. Duck and cover. Cambridge 5. Defectors nuclear test ban. I can UN intervention. One of the 3-op, Suez's or De Gaulle's. Right. Defectors is the natural headline. I just have to watch out turns 2 and 3 if Purge comes along. He goes with a bland Olympic Games. So he'll be delighted to see defectors leave on such a boring note. NATO coup to start. It's big. Is it sufficiently big that I don't bother responding? I think it is. And with NATO gone, I'm going to play into Egypt first and counter coup there if I need to. So he's got a lot of options. Play into Pakistan if he's got Indo-Pak War. Tap France. Good time to do it. So I'll use nuclear test ban to take France and West Germany. And that means I can no longer event Suez neutrally. Not a bad little pop there. Nice big coup for him, well done. Formosa goes into play, so I need to remember to play into Taiwan soon. So we'll use Warsaw Pact to kill on Egypt. It's good. Good enough to not worry about NASA. Need to play one into Malaysia soon. Let's see if he's got decol. So we'll see whether or not he drives to avoid domination in Europe, which might indicate whether or not he's holding Europe scoring. 2 into Austria and 2 into Finland, or 2 into the 3-stab Eastern European states will suggest he's going to try and deny domination. If he just goes 6-6 in East Germany and Poland, which is the kind of standard shoring up, remains to be seen. But obviously it's easy-ish for me to race country count in Europe. So seeing what he makes of this, for starters. So he drops Middle East scoring for nothing. I've retained domination in Europe, so I can put some pressure in Asia. Although, yeah, where do I want to put this other op? In Greece, I suppose. Threaten Turkey as well. No scoring cards, so he'll know nothing scores from me this turn. Yeah, having a quick look at our stats beforehand. I've played Jimmy before. Splendid. But he got the right side of the draw here. He's got a strong USSR record. But I will seek to weather the storm much better than I did than in my last video. Oh, he's got decol. What a pain. So we will use UN intervention to take Thailand. If he wants to use the China card to flip it, that is his prerogative. I'm hoping for blockade, really. Suits me down to the ground. And might make him think that I've left myself open. Playing the China card isn't horrible here. Domination cancels Formosa resolution. He's got to watch out for CIA now, but he's seen duck and cover go. So yeah, not a terrible time to play the China card, although a lot of people are gun shy about it. God, I remember when I started online after playing the AI loads of times and seeing the China card being passed back and forth like candy. Seeing people hold on to the China card. Spacing US-Japan instead. Interesting. We will also space de Gaulle. And succeed also. So, we don't have Vietnam revolts. It's not a great hand in a way, because he knows that defectors is gone, so I could be easily purged. At least I'm holding blockade, so if I am purged, I can hold on to it to next turn. So Marshall Plan remains the best headline, because if purged, I hold on to blockade, space socialist governments, and run through the rest of the cards. I'll have to raise country count if he plays Vietnam Revolt, yeah, and then flips Thailand, which is distinctly possible. But at least I can blockade away socialist governments. If he takes the coup, of course I shore up Thailand immediately. But I'm a little ops light to try and fight for domination of Asia. Just staving it off. As I don't have D-Star, it's 50-50, he's holding it now, so I'll wait until as late as possible to event Romanian abdication, so I don't just hand him ops splash around the world. Okay, so we will pump back into Thailand, call and response. Gonna make him use more. Another option is holding on to blockade, because actually socialist governments I can repair most of the damage of, thanks to Marshall Plan. Plus, if I get containment AR6, I could space away Arab-Israeli war or something like it. The use of Comic-Con has kind of tipped the hand that no 4-op cards are in it, so it looks like Purge is coming out next turn. So he's got to use the China card if he wants to. Okay. China card 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can only go to 9-8 with the China card. That's fine. Great. Glad to deny domination there. I probably should have taken the coup first, because I can't get domination. So I'll blockade away socialist governments and pray for more than a 1 in Angola. Good enough. We'll be spacing Arab-Israeli war to deny the Milops. And Romanian abdication AR6 after D-Stal, if it comes out. Which, if it does, is coming now. Ooh, he captured Nazi on the 1 through 4. That's bold. So we'll space in response. So he'll get 2 spaces off. I like to keep captured Nazi for the 50-50. To each their own. So we're not seeing D-Star this turn, which means I'm hoping to pull it in the reshuffle. Splitting forces. Oh, we'll use Truman first. I might put one into Libya and then another one into Libya, slowly, to defend against Nasser. You don't say. So unfortunately, we do hand 3 Romanian abdication ops. But I do pull D-Star. I'm a lucky guy. Middle East scoring is safe for me to play as the headline. More containment would have been nice. And I may be getting purged. Dropping Middle East for 0 and knowing he's got 5-year plan in Europe, so he's got a solution to that, although he's also holding CIA. So he needs to think about that carefully. So what did I get in the reshuffle? Olympic Games Special Relationship Middle East. De Gaulle. And you an intervention. Alright, so what are my options? He's holding Purge, 5-year plan Europe scoring Indo-Pac CIA. He needs to play CIA turn 1 in order to I won't overthink it. Middle East scoring for 0 VP is the safe bet here, because I'm not going to get domination there. I do get purged, so he needs to play CIA now to be able to 5-year plan away Europe scoring. He does. He's not stupid. Let's see the rest of his hand. He's picked up Fidel and Korean War and Eastern European unrest as well. And he'll get his mill ops with Indo-Pac War. But we'll take our first coup, which misses, so he can play into Algeria. So, Asia's not looking distinctly rosy, but at least we know it's not coming out immediately. So what are our options? We can play into Colombia. I'm purged, of course. That's nice to know. I can event containment and get back, but waste an entire AR doing it. But alright, I've either got 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 ops, or event, lose an AR and have 2, 4, 7, 10 ops. So losing an AR for 2 ops is the question. Well, we know he's not got Asia scoring. So the question is, what am I going to do about it? Probably not a lot while I'm purged. So Let's pop 2 into Algeria and start pressuring Africa. He can walk all over Asia this turn. And I just have to hope for a sympathetic period before scoring. I should probably take Malaysia just to make brush war 50-50 instead of 2/3. Oh well, that takes care of that. But we'll continue. I can use an intervention to Gaul and take Saharan states and Cameroon at the same time to take Nigeria. Finish taking South Korea, standard. But I'm going to make life difficult in Africa at least. So I'm going to go into mid-war slightly ahead of par, but scoring nothing for Europe, which is a bummer, and being threatened in Asia. But ball position could be worse. I'm not going to gripe. Fine with that, because it'll still cost him 3 ops to play in. And of course he'll have to do that on his last AR, so I could actually shore up beforehand. He may try and coup on Cameroon instead. No, it goes for Fidel. I'm going to gamble and coup on Saharan states with my 1 to get my Millop. And it works out quite well for me. He 5-year plans away Europe scoring. I space de Gaulle. And I have a quandary to solve in Asia. But puppet governments into India doesn't hurt me. I'd say his 3 ops are best spent taking Iraq and Egypt for OPEC, even though Middle East scoring's gone. Yeah, pretty good. Goodbye Europe. And I space de Gaulle, which is a bit bland, but there we go. So I can headline Missile Envy with impunity because We Will Bury You is in my hand. He can't We Will Bury You and then give me duck and cover. I do get puppet governments, which is also nice. And I can use emits to try and pull Asia scoring. But we'll start with Missile Envy. He's going for the power up. What do I pull? Let's hope it's ABM treaty. Well, though he gets the coup of his ABM treaty. Oh, it's NATO. Okay, fine. So brush war on Italy's out. And he now only gets a 2-op coup. Fair enough. We will use Alliance for Progress to shore up and defend against Portuguese Empire. I'll use Willie to pop 2 in Mexico. Got to try and space before. I might keep We Will Bury You in hand for now. You're an intervention when in turn 3, so at some point it's got to be spaced or ditched. But I kind of want to event a lot of cards here. I want to event puppet governments to pressure India. Oh, you got there first. Nicely done. So I will instead use Willie to take back Panama. And pop another one into Southeast Asia for scoring there. I mean, in a way, I'm fine with him eventing that while he's got Brezhnev on the go. Now Central America scoring is going to be against me, but that's life. So puppet governments, 1 in India, 1 in Venezuela, 1 in Chile is fairly standard. That then makes eventing all my other cards slightly less attractive because I actually have to be in a position to fill those up. So the worst case scenario here is a brush war on Panama, making Central America worth 10 VP. So let's hope that that's not the next card to come off the top of his hand. Not that I'm whistling for the wind. The one thing dissuading him, obviously, from playing for domination of Central America is that it gives me a coup target for Milops, unless he puts 3 in Costa Rica, which he can do with Brezhnev. Let's hope he doesn't pay attention to South America. We'll see. Okay, could be worse. Central America scoring drop. First or second? No, I'll try and space first. And I get there, which is nice. Because I think if he was going to take domination, he'd have done it now. It does mean I've probably missed my opportunity to pump one into India. His attempt succeeds, so it's a good thing I did get there first. So let's puppet government now, just to give him something to think about. He will respond by playing into India, most likely. Yep. Okay. So Central America scoring gets ditched. Gave me NATO instead of let me have a 4 opco. Probably sensible. I do want to be eventing emit because I ideally want to see Lone Gunman and Asia scoring leave the deck. So he takes pump and gets there. Doesn't get there that time though. A little bit dull. Good use of Truman. In which case, let's pop 2 into Chile and worry about Pope in late war. Europe's not in bad shape right now. So if he doesn't tap Libya, we event emit and hope to pull Asia scoring out the deck. In an ideal world. And Lone Gunman. I won't get greedy and ask for more. Interesting. We will let him... Do we let him stay in Colombia? No, because South America scoring might be worth a lot with presenceless domination. So we're now going to coup with emit. I'm going to break all of my previous promises. I get Africa scoring, I get ABM. I can space decol. Cultural Revolution's currently fine. OPEC's only worth 2 VP at the moment, so eventing OPEC and Cultural Revolution quickly is not bad. So headline, we will bury you to deny junta, even though I'm giving up 3 VPs doing so. Ah, you go straight for Che. So he'll coup on Colombia, and then he'll coup on Cameroon. But what he doesn't know is I have ABM treaty. I'm doing alright for ops. As long as I get Cultural Revolution out before. Doesn't quite get it down below the threshold. Does fine there. So shore up Zaire and get domination in Africa. He'll coup on Colombia first, most likely. Nice, not having to worry about missile envy. Don't need to rush to play ABM. Succeeds. But we can let him walk into Venezuela. For starters. But I wish he had Che now. So he gives me Japan. Which is a start. We will event ABM and hope for a nice coup on Venezuela. Big money. 50-50. Succeeds pretty handily. And if he's got brush war, he's got brush war. Next up will be Cultural Revolution. Playing into Taiwan is not terrible because I can then repeatedly tap countries in Asia to make it 3-3, but it's very ops intensive. Getting on in other places is probably more attractive. I mean, that's a nice compliment, and then he hits you with junta. Alas, no. So we will play Cultural Revolution and start filling up South America. We'll take a brief pause to dump Africa scoring for domination. One hopes. And then we'll finish off South America. Space OPEC. Space decol, I guess. An event. Socialist governments in repair. Asia scoring is still gross. But if I can score South America for near control, that redresses that balance. He's done well holding the China card, but now a Cultural Revolution gone. The dam has to break at some point. He spaces Voice America, nicely done. So we drop Africa scoring for domination. Then Cambridge 5. We'll space decol. An event and repair socialist governments, because OPEC at 3 VP is slightly beyond my appetite. 2 VP OPEC, fine. 3 VP, not fine. Doing alright, used up half his clock halfway through the game, give or take. No major concerns on time. The big question will be who gets junta. If he gets junta, South America can go for 0, not 8. If I get junta, I can do some more damage in Central America amongst other places. Where did his one go? Saudi. Fine. We need space here because I'd rather him not peak. Oh no, wait. Cambridge 5 first. He would have dropped South America by now. But, nevertheless. And with Suez and de Gaulle still in the deck, let's overprotect France, why not? So dodging junta and brush war will be pivotal in South America. And I'd really like space here. One person being able to headline peak is gross. Southeast Asia drops for 0, no problem there. We space decol, hope for the best. Success! So we're racing to the 3VP spot. Okay, so we're inventing and repairing socialist governments last turn. That's a bit bland. But I may have ops to splash elsewhere depending on how influence is removed. Oh, that is massive in Asia. Because now I want to spend the 3VP on OPEC to take Taiwan and level it up. It's worth the investment of 3VP to deny domination, right? He might kick himself over that. Do we like that? We like that. And I pull Asia scoring. Holy smoke. Alright, so Junta's a bummer. So the question is, do I want to play How I Learned to Stop Worrying? But, I mean, he'll Junta anyway. What cards are in the deck that he can do damage with? Brush War is the only one that can do something in Asia itself. So if I play Asia scoring and he 50-50s Thailand for domination, I look like an idiot. If I headline South America scoring and he brush walls or juntas, I look like an idiot. So what do I do? Shall I steal the China card from him? And then see what he does? That's not terrible. And it might leave him with grain sales. Middle East scoring's gone, so I can event sit out whenever I please. Let's take Nixon and leave him guessing on Brush War. I'm honestly glad I didn't play Asia scoring now, because I think he absolutely would have taken it. He will go Venezuela, and he fails. So now he's got to coup. It'll have to be Brazil, because then he gets the realignment option. So he's hoping and praying here. And I ideally need a whiff here. Here it comes. Not big enough. So we use Summit to repair. And we're looking to drop Asia for nil, thanks to shuttle diplomacy. Pretty huge. And South America for the full shebang. Allende might come next, but I'll be ready for it. Quagmiring is also a good shout. And it fails. Time to do damage. Eventing Iron Day now is really attractive to him, because he'll have time to cause more havoc. Lucky Venezuela's overprotected. He's got to tap Venezuela to tap Brazil. He's doing that. Be good this time. Success. So he'll tap Brazil. By bear trapping himself. Bold. So I use how I learned South America, Asia. Let's hope he gets stuck in for one. Grain sales will go though. He's definitely got grain sales. Oh, duck and cover first. So he doesn't have grain sales. I get South America scoring, bonus. And hopefully, unless he taps Taiwan or Japan, get Asia for 0 as well. That's pretty huge. So almost regardless of what he does next if it's not in Asia. Ugh, I say almost regardless. Dull. I will give him it. Will I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will because it's a realign potential. I've got to get rid of Asia scoring first. I might have to give him the mill-ops here, but obviously I can realign on Angola and then try Algeria at +1. Depending on what he does for AR7. Nuclear subs is fine, if he's looking to ditch something. Ooh, Yusuri. Okay, so he gives me Angola. Although I could keep it open for my AR purposes and claim my mill-ops. I'm going to coup Colombia, so Brazil's not a real-line thing. Get my mill-ops and leave it open. Oh, I fail. Ugh, that's gross. Alright, turn 7 reshuffle. I get grain sales at least, which is pretty much an insta-headline. I've got Muslim Revolution to space. I'll try and hold arse not. So he's got Camp David and nuclear subs. He's also got special relationship and doesn't currently have access to tap the UK, which is good for me. I think he's got OAS founded as well. One small step and junta. What did I pick up? NORAD, duck and cover, arms race. Grain sales again is the obvious one, simply because it then means I might be able to capitalise on arms race too. In order to prevent the potential realign, we will queue on Brazil and hope to roll more than a 1. Pretty good. So now his best bet with Junta, I guess, is to try and flip Panama. Or 2 into Argentina, and then play another 2 in to flip it. I'm looking to space Muslim Revolution before they get a chance to space. Also to pop another one back in Angola. I want Camp David to come off before I play Arab-Israeli war. Eventing NORAD isn't the stupidest thing in the world going into late war, because it can cause a lot of heartache. Yep. Worth a try. Right, so taking Afghanistan, likely to be the prime objective here. I will respond with duck and cover, 2 into Uruguay to threaten realigning Argentina, and 1 into Angola to shore up. If I want to hold Arsenal, I'm going to have to event Allende, which is a bit crap. But let's start with 2 into Uruguay, 1 into Angola. He's now going to have to coup on Uruguay, which makes arms race less useful for me. But I make him for only 1 3-op card U2 incident, which may make life harder. I'm still looking for a sympathetic realign at +1. Another eventing of shuttle diplomacy would be a bonus too. He's got brush again. This time he hits it. So we will try the realign on Argentina at +1. Hope for the best. And that's the worst. That's pretty good though. And a +1 here for luck. Perfect. That was pretty gross. So 2 into Argentina now to maintain domination. Event Sadat. Hope for shuttle diplomacy to come along and save me in Asia. Hope for Camp David to be evented so that I can play Arab-Israeli war for ops. Yeah, fine. Good time to event Sadat, just to bring the score down. Oh no, actually, race for space is more important. Although he's got 1 small step. And now I think he's out of 3-op cards. And do I want him to get to the discard held card space? I want to hold on to it for as long as possible. So let's take Argentina. Pop another one in Chile to defend against Allende, which I am going to have to event. But that means I get to hold Ask Not. I wanted to event Camp David so I can then put 2 into Israel and then event Sadat to go 3-3 in Middle East. So prime objectives are avoid Lee Harvey Oswald, try to dodge Asia scoring plus War Games combo, and then try and maintain elsewhere on the map. My board position's fairly good. Europe, Africa, South America. Central America could be better, certainly. There we go. Overprotecting Egypt when you know Sadat's out is... not sure about that. So Arab-Israeli War 2 into Israel. Love turning a negative into a positive. Well, I've got my opponent for 4 cards in my tracker, and he's got 3. So we'll see which 3 he has, and then I'll put the other one back in the draw pile. I make him for 3 out of 4 of nuclear subs, 1 small step, special relationship, and OAS. I may have played nuclear subs earlier for the ops, but I don't recall. So, event Sadat, repair Allende, space Muslim resolution, but only after 1 small step has been. Hold Ask Not, hope to Ask Not away, Asia scoring, and Lee Harvey Oswald. What do I want to do? I could put 1 in for realigns. I don't know. Let's just start to put pressure in Mexico. What? I mean, obviously 1 will go straight into Mexico afterwards, but that's fine. Event Sadat's next anyway. Level up Middle East. So Ask Notting away Asia and Lone Gunman will be the absolute dream here. 1 into Mexico. Pow. I event Sadat. Pow. Repair Allende, Space Muslim Revolution AR7, which I ideally wouldn't do on an AR7, but I'm doing deliberately on an AR7 because of 1 small step. So, is it nuclear subs, 1 small step, or special relationship? If it's nuclear subs, I'm going to see no benefit of it. But he can't space away special relationship and has no access, so I hope it's special relationship. Unless I played it for ops in turn 3, and I don't remember. Nuclear subs, so no benefit from there, that's a bummer. So I'm guessing he doesn't have special relationship, after all that. What did you do with the ops? 1 in West Germany. Ah, the wee tap. Nicely done. That's kind of gross. So I will pop 1 back into West Germany and allow him to soften up Chile. And now my choice is, if he plays 1 small step, do I try and space Muslim Revolution, or do I use Ask Not to repair South America? That's it. A nice wee place to tap. That was cleverly done. See, I'm not sure about that, because if it makes Argentina a coup target next turn, I can play into Chile. So I think I'm going to space Muslim Revolution now. My other thought was I event it, but I'll lose domination because I can't get straight back into Libya. So I'm going to space Muslim Revolution and leave South America ajar. It was a nice decision in terms of space, if nothing else. And I get to hold Ask Not into late war. Where I get war games, I get Europe scoring, I get Voice of America, I get Missile Envy. I don't get Asia scoring or Lone Gunman, which could be worse. So, I can't safely headline Missile Envy because of Cal, etc. Voice of America is always nice. If I get Aldrich, he's going to pull Europe, but obviously things like the Reformer can't actually flip Europe. So maybe headlining Europe scoring's not so bad. Gets it out of the hand. And then he has to pull war games. Let's have a quick look. So, Socialist Governments is in the deck too. But again, that can't flip domination. I'm going to headline Europe scoring and get out my hand. I get purged. Fine. Kiku's war games. Unless he plays Asia scoring now, the jig is up. Of course, he would be wise here not to coup. But desperation may set in. Yeah, Asia scoring is the only card that puts him back under. So will he take a coup or will he be circumspect? If he doesn't take a coup, I'll Voice of America. He does. Game over. There goes your ball game. Thanks for watching. Comment freely. I must have missed some stuff, but I was absolutely helped by shuttle diplomacy. So we'll sit and have a chat briefly. I will spare you that mercy. Comment freely. Thanks for watching. And I've got another game on Friday, which is now a friendly. So we'll probably be able to chat all the way through that. Yeah, let me know what I missed, because I'm sure there's stuff. Thanks again.